in the vibrant era of the early 1960s, where muscle cars were the kings of the road and the track, the battle for supremacy was fierce among the American automakers. Ford, Chrysler, and General Motors were at the front line, racing to engineer the ultimate drag race champion. Chevrolet boasted their 427-powered Impala Z11, and Pontiac wasn't far behind with the Catalina Super Duty. Chrysler threw their hat in the ring with the formidable 426 Max wedge engines, propelling the Plymouth Savoy and its siblings to new heights. But as history would have it, it was Ford that struck gold with their experimental Fairlane Thunderbolt. This innovation wasn't just a car. It was Ford's strategic move that earned them victory after victory and cemented their place in drag racing history. Today, we're taking a trip down memory lane to celebrate the legend of the 1964 Ford Fairlane Thunderbolt, the car that not only won titles, but also won the hearts of Americans nationwide. As the prestigious 1964 NHRA Winter Nationals and the Car Manufacturers' Cup loomed on the horizon, Ford placed their bets on the Galaxie. But the Galaxie's heft was a hurdle they needed to overcome. They needed something swifter, something that would leave the competition in the dust. The solution? The creation of the Fairlane Thunderbolt. The Galaxies, though nimble for their size, couldn't quite outpace the sleek Chevrolet Impala Z11. Ford needed a game-changer. They needed a vehicle that was not just lighter, but blisteringly fast. So, they turned their gaze to the Fairlane, a car over 600 pounds lighter than the Galaxie, a formidable contender in its own right. The Thunderbolt was a marvel of engineering, born not on a regular assembly line, but through the ingenuity of Andy Houghton of Dearborn Steel Tubing. Here, the Fairlane 500 shell met the monstrous 427 engine, complemented by either a robust Lincoln automatic transmission or a BorgWarner 4-speed manual. Stripped of any excess weight, the Thunderbolt was a bare-bones beast. Fiberglass replaced steel for the fenders, hood, and deck lid, while aluminum took the place of the factory bumpers. Plexiglass panels replaced the factory glass, and the factory seats were tossed aside for van seats, almost flat buckets from Econoline vans, to be precise. The initial configurations of the Thunderbolt turned out to be a tad too light, prompting Ford to reintroduce a steel bumper at the rear to meet the racing category requirements. Most Thunderbolts you'll see today still sport that steel bumper at the back, a nod to the meticulous tuning that went into every aspect of its design. The Thunderbolt's aggressive stance was further accentuated by replacing the inner high-beam headlamps with massive air scoops, channeling oxygen straight to the beast's heart. And beneath that domineering exterior, the Thunderbolt was equally formidable. Tubular exhaust headers, an electric fuel pump, and altered suspension were just a few of the key racing features. Weighing in at just over the NHR, a minimum of 3,200 pounds, the Thunderbolt was a force to be reckoned with. Painted in vintage burgundy and Wimbledon white, these machines were a sight to behold. But let's delve deeper into the power that made the Thunderbolt a legend. On paper, the car officially boasted 425 horsepower. However, anyone who's ever fired up its engine felt the vibration in their chest and inhaled the scent of burning rubber knows the truth. This beast packed a punch that far exceeded the official figures. With a compression ratio of 12:7, 1 and twin 4-barrel carburetors, it's no surprise that seasoned racers and mechanics have often argued that the Thunderbolt's real output was closer to, if not exceeding, 500 horsepower. The high-flowing heads, the aggressive lift and duration of the camshaft, and the Ram Air-style intake system all contributed to an engine that didn't just run, it roared. The Thunderbolt's debut at the 1964 NHRA Winter Nationals wasn't just a race. It was an exhibition of Ford's domination in the world of drag racing. The final race was a spectacle that would be etched in the memory of every motorsport enthusiast. Gas Ronda and Butch Leal, both steering Thunderbolts, charged down the track with such ferocity that it was clear this was Ford's engineering marvel at its finest. The Thunderbolt wasn't just racing, it was rewriting the very definition of speed and performance in the muscle car era. But speed wasn't the only thing that the Thunderbolt was quick at. Its acceleration from 0 to 60 miles per hour in a blistering 4.6 seconds and its quarter-mile sprint in 11.8 seconds at 123 miles per hour made it not just a fast car, it was an automotive bolt of lightning. The Thunderbolt's performance was so astonishing that it didn't just race on the track, it seemed to transcend it, leaving behind a trail of awe and respect from rivals who could only dream of catching up. Ford's ambition and drive to lead the pack resulted in the creation of exactly 100 Thunderbolts. In 1964, each one a masterpiece that reflected the era's innovative spirit and relentless pursuit of velocity. Of these, 49 were armed with 4-speed manual transmissions, a nod to the purists who craved the control and connection that only a manual could provide. The remaining 51 boasted 3-speed Cruise-O-Matics, offering a blend of performance and convenience that was ahead of its time. Ford's legacy is peppered with icons of the automotive world, but the 1964 Fairlane Thunderbolt shines the brightest. It was more than just a factory drag racer. It was a symbol, a manifestation of an era that worshipped at the altars of horsepower and elegance. It was a car that didn't just participate in races, it led revolutions on the asphalt, embodying the cultural zeitgeist of the 1960s, a time of innovation, rebellion, and the pursuit of pure power. To the untrained eye, the Thunderbolt might have appeared to be just another sedan. But to the enthusiasts, the racers, and the dreamers, it represented something far greater. It was a monument to the times when cars were more than just vehicles. They were the embodiment of freedom, a statement of individuality and strength. The Thunderbolt, with its raised hood built to contain its monumental engine, its understated yet sophisticated grille, and its unique headlight configuration, often seen missing one light on each side, wasn't just distinguishable, it was iconic. Driving the Thunderbolt wasn't about the luxury or the comfort, it was about the thrill, the excitement, and the unadulterated joy that came with every press of the gas pedal. This was a car that demanded attention, not just for the way it looked, but for the sheer power it held within. The Fairlane Thunderbolt isn't merely a classic race car, it's a chapter in American history, a testament to the power and spirit of the 1960s, and a rare gem that continues to command awe and the highest respect. It stands as a collector's dream, a reminder of the golden age of muscle cars, and a tribute to the ingenuity of Ford's engineering. As we pay homage to this remarkable machine, we're left to ponder the possibilities of its return. What if the Thunderbolt was to be reborn in today's era? For those of us who recall the thunderous roar of its engine, the exhilarating rush of adrenaline as it sped down the track, and the sheer bliss of its speed, the Fairlane Thunderbolt remains one of the most thrilling and storied classic cars that have ever scorched the tarmac. It didn't receive the name Thunderbolt by mere chance. On the racetrack, it was a tempest unleashed, a formidable force that made its mark in the annals of racing history. It was a car that didn't just compete, it dominated, it thrilled, and it left a legacy that has yet to be surpassed. It was, and forever will be, the thunder that roared across the nation's drag strips, echoing through the decades as the car that all muscle cars aspire to be. We'd love to hear your personal stories, insights, or any memories you might have related to the iconic Thunderbolt in the comments section below. Your engagement enriches the conversation and brings this legendary vehicle's history to life. If you found yourself captivated by the tale of this classic powerhouse, we invite you not only to press that like button, but also to share this video with fellow car enthusiasts who appreciate the rich tapestry of automotive lore. And to ensure you don't miss out on future deep dives into the world of extraordinary vehicles, exceptional engineering feats, and the characters that brought them to life, please do subscribe and click the bell icon for regular updates on our latest content that celebrates the heritage and the ongoing saga of the automotive industry.